Alright, I get it. Not everyone wants to spend months and months building up all these fancy streams of income and side hustles that maybe will make you rich one day.
Yeah, right.
Some of us just want to get paid right away. Oh wow, did I just create a poem? Anyways, in today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 side hustle apps that will actually pay you relatively quickly because your bills are not going to wait on you. Alright, let's jump in. So the number 1 app on our list today is TaskRabbit, which is an app that pretty much pays you to run errands. In terms of the payout speed, you will get paid somewhere within 48 to 72 hours. Alright, how exactly does this work? Pretty much TaskRabbit connects you with different people who need help with basic errands such as picking up groceries, mounting a TV, do basic repairs, or sometimes just moving heavy stuff. This app is great if you are an individual who needs help, as well as you're someone who just wants to make extra money doing some basic tasks. In terms of the earning potential, depending on a task and your location, you can make between $25 to sometimes over $100 per task. In terms of what you're going to need, all you really need is a phone because it is a mobile app. You're going to need a PayPal or standard bank account because that's how you're going to get paid. And depending on a task, you might need some basic tools or to just generally be in a good physical shape. This app is also a great way to connect with your local community, so make sure to check it out. I'll include the link down below. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to hit that like button to support this small channel, and also follow me on Instagram because I would love to be friends. Alright, let's move on to number 2 on our list, which is Facebook Marketplace. I think at this point, everyone has heard of Facebook Marketplace or even has used it before, but it is a really great app for both the sellers and the buyers. Pretty much one of the most popular ways that you can utilize Facebook Marketplace is by selling the stuff that you already own. I feel like these days we all tend to accumulate a bunch of extra things in our house that we don't always need. Anything from old furniture to electronics to honestly things like plants. All of those things you can sell on Facebook Marketplace. So funny enough, during COVID when I lived in New York City, I actually had a lot of luck selling my old stuff. Like people were just like buying almost everything from basic furniture to like home decor. And then one time I actually got this huge Monstera plant from the store and it just started growing a little bit too quickly and I didn't really want to have to get a bigger pot. So I literally started doing Monstera cuttings and selling them on Facebook Marketplace, and you would be surprised how many people were actually buying them. I honestly turned it into a mini side hustle business to where I just kept selling Monstera cuttings, or I would just sometimes like pot them and sell them for a premium, and people sometimes would pay like up to $40 per plant, which was absolutely insane. And it was literally something that was already growing in my house. I also seen many people who turn Facebook Marketplace into a full-on business. Sometimes they would flip things or buy things from like Goodwill or thrift stuff and sell them for a profit. So honestly, Facebook Marketplace can be a great place to make some extra money and getting rid of some of the things that you already own, or sometimes you can scale into a full-blown business. In terms of what are you going to need, once again, you just need your smartphone, you need some basic photos of the product, and depending on where you are, sometimes you just need to join different relevant Facebook groups, for example, like local neighborhood groups, local HOA groups, or if you specialize in different collectibles or like some hobby items, you can also join relevant groups. Now, in terms of the earnings, this can really vary. You can make anywhere from like $10 all the way to like hundreds of dollars depending on the item that you're selling. And it's also a really good way to reduce waste and give some of your old items a second life. Plus, you can help your local community because there's nothing better than scoring a great deal on an item on Facebook Marketplace. I purchased so many items on Facebook Marketplace before and I just absolutely love that place. So make sure to check it out if you haven't already. All right, cool. On to the next one. So these are the types of apps that I've mentioned on this channel quite a few times before, and I'm talking about the internet sharing apps such as Honeygain or Pawns. So pretty much apps like Honeygain or Pawns will pay you to share your unused internet bandwidth. And no, you don't have to worry about your personal information because they encrypt all the sensitive information. Pretty much what I like about these apps is that you can just let them run in the background, for example, on your phone or your laptop, and it is one of the easiest ways to make passive income. Now, obviously, you're not going to get rich off of apps like this, but what I do like is that most of these apps have a pretty low cash out threshold. So with apps like Pawns, you only need to earn $5 in order to be able to cash out, and with Honeygain, you only need to get to $20 in order to cash out. And now, depending on your location, you can make anywhere between $10 to $40 per month by pretty much doing nothing. It is one of the easiest ways to make passive income. So if you are looking for passive ways to make money but don't want to put in a lot of effort or wait for too long, I highly recommend that you check out these apps. And yes, I'll also include them down below. Right, and number 4 on our list is Uber Eats and DoorDash. Now, I'm sure almost every single finance or side hustle YouTuber has covered, side hustles such as driving for Uber, but I know not all of us love the idea of having to drive like an actual human being and interact with people because people can be absolutely crazy. And that's why doing things like deliveries are actually a really great way to still make extra money while also not having to interact with that many people. So in terms of the way that this works is it's pretty simple. You accept delivery orders, you go to restaurants, you pick up things and you deliver them to customers. And the great thing about the side hustle is that you are also eligible for tips. So in terms of what you're going to need, you just need a vehicle and a smartphone. If you live in big cities, you won't even need a car. Sometimes you just need made a bike. So I would say overall, this is a pretty easy side hustle to start. Now, in terms of the earning potential, you can make anywhere between $15 to $30 per hour, and sometimes you can get paid as fast as the same day. One of my friends actually let me know that one time during summer break in college, he was doing Uber Eats and he was actually biking everywhere because he was doing an internship in Washington, DC. And he said he made a bunch of extra money, but also got into a really great shape because he had to bike everywhere. And so I thought this was a really great idea to both earn money and get in good shape. So make sure to check it out. All right, and then last but not least is surveys and microtasks. This is another side hustle that I've covered quite a few times on this channel, but pretty much apps like Prime Opinion, Free Cash, Swagbucks, Inbox Dollars, and similar apps will pay you pretty easy money for doing surveys and doing little microtasks such as testing apps. All you're going to need for this side hustle is a smartphone or a computer. You will need a PayPal or a bank account, and you're just going to need some extra time. Now, in terms of the earnings, depending on the task that you're doing, you can make between $5 to $500 per week. And trust me, you can make some great money with microtasks, especially if you're testing some of the fintech apps or signing up for really great offers. As someone who has partnered with apps like Free Cash, I'm actually able to see how much money some of the users who signed up from my link are making, and it's actually really impressive. And it can also be fun because some of these apps will allow you to earn money by playing games. I've actually covered some of the apps that will pay you to play games, which you can check out right here. It's actually a really fun video, so make sure to check it out. And in general, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!